Hey guys, thank you for the 50 subscribers and thank you for the people who suggested video ideas. But today, what I'm gonna choose is storytelling. I feel like that was more like me, felt more me, honestly, but also don't worry. I may do some of them later. But anyway, I pretty much want to do storytelling. I didn't do storytelling for a long time, I don't think. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. But anyway, so with the 50 subscribers, let's get the story started. So the first story I'm gonna tell you for the night is one time me and Jonathan, this is like back 2024, I think. Maybe 2023, I forgot. I think that was 2024. But anyway, we have a Nintendo Wii. For people who are out there, a lot of people might know the Nintendo Wii. You know, with the Wii Sports and the level 9 mat that we couldn't beat. Yeah. But anyway, this story does not involve Wii Sports. But anyway, me and Jonathan found our Nintendo Wii and hooked it up to our old TV. We got rid of the old TV because it broke. But now we have a new TV. But anyway, with our old TV, we decided to play The Price is Right. And for people who are not familiar with The Price is Right, it's like a game show that people have to guess prices or like close to the actual price, and they get to keep it. Well, they have a video game, but let me tell you, this story took place 2024, I think. And the video set was all the way back 2010 version. I am not even joking. We had a 2010 version. So yeah. So pretty much I remembered a few times me and Jonathan competed. And let me tell you, I get to go up most of the time. But here's the bummer though. When the final showcase happens, Jonathan all the time pretty much gets the showcase price correctly, and he wins a lot of money. Pretty a bummer. But we also had a few games that you can play without having the host picking it for you. Like, for one example, Jonathan once decided to play a special game. I forgot it's called, but there's 3 locks and there's 5 keys. One of them is called the dud key, and with the dud key, it does not unlock anything. Jonathan loves the dud key, and he tries to pick it out, and he did. He picked it out. But luckily you can have 2 or 3, I think 2 to 3 by answering answering like a certain price with a certain product. But I remember also we had a game that I really like that I want people to play a lot. It's called Cliffhangers. It has to do with a yodel guy climbing up but you have to get the right prices. And if the yodel guy goes up, that's bad. If it reaches more than 25, you're done. It pretty much falls over the mountain. But luckily, he's made out of cardboard or paper. But anyway, Jonathan tried it. He lost, but then I tried it and I somehow won. But then the next day I wanted to do it again. I lost. But anyway, here's the second story. This happened more recent. So it's all the way from Kings Island. With Kings Island, I once, like the other day, me, my mom, and Jonathan actually went to Kings Island together, and we decided we're hot, we need to go to the air conditioning. Time to go on Phantom Theater. And like during the ride experience, we had a blast until this happened. There's a scene when a magician, I forgot his name again, like tries to perform in his room, perform before the big show. During that scene, it broke. It didn't really break down, but it stopped. And there's a few reasons why it can stop. One, it could break down. It happened to Jonathan once in the old Blue Blasters, RIP to that. Or B, there's some people who have green sheets, and one of the things that causes it to stop it is like there's some people, unfortunately, who are on wheelchairs that can't really walk that well, and it's very difficult for them to like walk when the surface is moving. So they decide to stop the ride to help the person with it. And honestly, I respect the people who have to do this. And yeah. Well, this case was actually number 2. Somebody, they had to stop the ride because somebody was trying to get on or off. One out of 2 that has a wheelchair usage. But pretty much, we just go. I thought we broke down for a second, but when I realized that, I just go, oh, I respect them. They can take our own time. And I decided, when we are stopped, I think the targets will still go. And we get more money. We're gonna be Phantom Theater owners. That's what we thought. Well, here's the news discovery I made. Even though it's a projection now, it doesn't work. When the ride stop, the targets stop adding points. Yeah, so pretty much I was shooting at targets even though it did not count any points. And that day, even though I got Ticketmaster, I think, I just call myself theater owner because I should have counted the points, but I respect everyone who made that ride. I loved it. I got to see many details, but pretty much when I was sitting there, the only thing that didn't really bug me, but more like sat there and some animatronics just keeps on going pretty much. So like what we had to hear is one of the guys shooting out of a canyon, like the guy is in it. It's an animatronic, to warn you. It's just funny and I love it. but it just like pops out and pops back in. That's one of them. But the main thing is also with that, I would say also that the box is falling all over in the bookcase / medicine. I forgot what it was. Also falls a lot and still make the noise when or stopped. But it didn't really bother me as much. But anyway, time for the last story. And this is actually not really my story. This is my grandpa's story. RP to my grandpa who told me that story. He was very nice, and I hope he has a good maternal life in heaven. But anyway, this is the last story that Grandpa told me, and I love this story. So when my grandpa was 12 years old, 11 or 12, he used to be in Boy Scouts with his friends. With his boys, his friends and him, they were climbing out and went to Utah. I think it's Utah to climb a mountain, or hills. Well, my grandpa and his friend ended up being tired, and they were in the back. So, you know what they did? Before cell phone usage or the internet happened, really, they hitchhike. And if you're wondering what hitchhike is, some people know it is when people just like ask people to take them up, and it's kind of like an Uber but differently, like more verbally and more like singles from your hand. But back in the day, they had to use that because, to warn you, this is back in the 1900s. Sorry for the people who I say back in the 1900s. I don't mean to say people are old. But anyway, I pretty much respect any age in my videos. So anyway, like back in the 1900s, they did not have much technology, so they hitchhike. And actually, surprisingly, a bus stopped for them, and they actually got on the bus, and it only took them up the hill. And when they got off, they did a poor decision. They said they did a poor decision. When they got off the bus, they waved everybody down, saying, "Hi there." Yeah, they got in huge trouble in Boy Scouts. That every trip now they have hiking, they will be in the front after that. But still, my grandpa was so nice. A few months, just at least around 2 weeks to a month ago, my grandpa unfortunately passed away. I loved him so much. Thank you for the service in the Navy. And thank you guys for 50 subscribers. I'm very honored that it actually happened for real for me. It felt like March of this year, starting my YouTube channel, and I already have 50 subscribers. I can't wait to continue my journey. Thank you guys, thank you. And to celebrate it, I have another badge. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for 50 subscribers, not 50K, 50 subscribers, and see you next time. Bye.